Overall job approval at 52%. That's higher than Trump's 42%, but much lower than Obama's 69%, and among the lowest for any president in their first 100 days since World War II.
Tonight, President Biden preparing to address a joint session of Congress where he'll lay
I'm actually kind of surprised that his approval rating is low. I know Felix talked about this as well. Chapo Felix talked about this as well. And this isn't necessarily about like how progressive any particular president has been, but he was saying like Biden is the most progressive president of our lifetimes. And yes, that even includes Obama. And it's not necessarily to say Biden is more progressive than Obama because he's so progressive, but more so that Obama was not as progressive as he said he was going to be. I mean, he's greatly disappointed me with the $15 minimum wage battle being dropped at the last second. It's like only eating lemons and then eating a fucking grapefruit and saying it's the sweetest. That's actually a really good analogy. I'm going to steal that. It's literally like that. Good one, chatter. It's literally that. Okay. What's really interesting about his approval rating is that right now he has the highest favorability rating among the 18 to 29-year-old Americans of any first-term president over the 21 years that this Harvard poll has been out. The Harvard Institute of Politics is out this morning with a new poll of 18 to 29-year-old Americans, and some of the results are fascinating. Biden has the highest favorability rating amongst this group of any first-term president over the 21 years this poll has been conducted. 56% of young Americans are hopeful about the country's future, including 72% of black people and 69% of Hispanic people. Young Americans are more politically active than they used to be, and there's a big increase in progressive views. The juxtaposition post-Trump is always going to be a big reason. Here's a way that Joe Biden could instantly skyrocket his approval ratings even further. Student debt cancellation. Why have we still not gotten student loan debt cancellation? Why? Mac, cancel them goddamn loans, Jack. In particular, he's exceeded my expectations on austerity and welfare. He's been good. He's done exactly what I expected on healthcare, not prioritizing it, which is too bad, but I understand the politics, and below my expectations on things like immigration. Yeah, it's pretty much, this tracks with literally everything I feel about Joe Biden as well. But you know, as I literally called, I don't know where it is. I've tweeted about this numerous times. And a lot of neoliberals were upset at me. I said, I don't think Joe Biden is going to push for the public option. I don't think Joe Biden is going to push for the public option. Everyone's like, shut the fuck up. You're wrong. You're wrong. He loves the public option. He wants to fucking marry the public option. He wants to do a gay marriage with the public option, Jack. What happened? I don't see no public option. They've literally not brought it up at all. And dog shit on immigration for the most part. Specifically because they are literally following through on a lot of the Trump policies, like as expected of the Democrats. They're pulling the regular Democrat line on immigration. 100 days, how does Biden's approval rating rank? Steve Kornacki's breaking down the numbers.
What can you tell us? I'm so happy to see you.
I'm glad to see you as always too, Stephanie. Let's go through the numbers. First of all, you can see it right here. What's Biden's job approval rating basically 100 days in? In our poll, it clocks in at 53%. In that low 50% range, that's been pretty steady for this early phase of the Biden presidency. What can you say about that? You could say two things about it, I think. Number one, if you compare him to his immediate predecessor, Donald Trump in his entire 4 years as president never got above 50% in terms
sick, dude. I mean, yeah, no shit.
Of job approval. Biden has been over 50% consistently for the first 100 days of his presidency. That number also, that 53%, low 50% range, that is also below what his other modern predecessors, non-Trump predecessors, were getting at this point. So it's sort of in between for Joe Biden. If we go a little bit deeper into the numbers here, here's another way of looking at it. The positive negative score. We just showed you the job approval. This is about your personal feelings towards Joe Biden. And you can see here in our poll, 50% positive, 36% negative. Put that in some context, some other things that we polled here on this same question. The Democratic Party, a little bit underwater there, 39 positive, 41 negative. The Republican Party, significantly underwater, 32, 46 negative. And then Donald Trump, you don't necessarily hear or see from him as much, but certainly he's still very present in our politics. Trump, a 32% positive, 55% negative rating. So put Biden.
This is literally never changed. Like, it danced around 32 to 33 the entire time. 33% of the fucking people polled always just love Donald Trump. Like a third of the country is just like, yeah, I fuck with him. And it literally never changed. Like from the beginning to end, they held so strong. They're just like, no, brother, I love him. I love him, brother. You will never get me to hate him.
Biden's positive score there. In that context, you can also look at this. We asked folks, how would you say Biden has started as president? Would you call it a good or great start? Would you call it more of a fair or poor start? More chose fair or poor. Now, we can compare this to his most recent predecessors because we asked the same question at the same point in the Trump presidency. So you see 44% say that Biden's off to a great or good start. At this same point 4 years ago, 35% said that about Donald Trump. So a higher rating there for Biden than Trump. But if you go back 8 years before Trump to April 2009, when Barack Obama was president, that was 54. So again, Biden is in between Trump and what became a before Trump.
Okay, this analysis is so dumb unless if it doesn't come with commentary, but I guess Steve is not supposed to do that. He's the analysis guy. I think overall in a post-Trump world, with Joe Biden pumping out fucking vaccines like crazy, then also, so that's like an automatic W. But on top of that, the big stimulus bill was another W, despite the fact that the $15 minimum wage was not tagged along to it, and that wasn't great. And also, he's not Donald Trump. Those are just working in his favor, even if he doesn't do anything, right? So when adjusted to that, I do find it rather odd that his approval rating is not higher than it is currently. His foreign policy is so dog shit, it's insane. Yes, but Americans don't give a fuck about foreign policy. Let's be real. Americans don't give a single fuck about foreign policy. His foreign policy is dog shit, though. That is true. Like, it is mind-boggling how Joseph Robinette Biden has been able to basically continue Trump-era shit. Like, straight up. Trump-era foreign policy nearly all the way. Whether it be our treatment of Cuba, whether it be our treatment of Iran, everything that's going on in Saudi Arabia's dealing with Yemen, straight up is continuing. There is no rollback of our relationship with Israel. With regards to annexation of Golan Heights, or with regards to Israel's territorial expansion into the West Bank, with regards to Israel refusing to distribute vaccines to Palestinians, with regards to the embassy moving to Jerusalem. None of the Trump era policies on none of the Trump era foreign policy measures that were reactionary in nature have been rolled back in any capacity. Legitimately mind-boggling that Joe Biden's I mean, it's not mind-boggling. It's just that American foreign policy is always going to be war-focused and imperialist. It is just, that throne is not going to change no matter who's sitting on it. Biden also rejoined the climate agreement and will stay in the World Health Organization. Like, those are gimmies, right? Those are bare minimum. Basically, just reaffirming Obama-level, like, Paris Climate Change Agreement protocols, right? But it's easy. It's not like it's not a big deal in comparison to the active and ongoing things that America is involved in.